back with another episode of the Atlanta Braves franchise. I think that I'm going to simulate the month of May until we get to the draft, which is June 1st. And then that will be the end of this episode. We might look to make a trade depending on what happens, how the season looks like it's going. But for right now, we'll get in. We might play a couple of quick manage games too. But for right now, let's go ahead and start simulating. So we got with Aaron Blair right here. We're 10 and 18, so if we can finish the month about 10 games under 500, that'd be ideal if we go about 500 this month. But let's go ahead and get it underway. There's a win there for Aaron Blair. We gotta keep up with the scouting, make sure we don't neglect that. Sean Newcomb probably gonna get a loss here. AAA injury will keep him active. Yeah, Sean Newcomb. Carlos Martinez, it wasn't a good matchup anyway. Julio is pitching really well. Gets his first loss of the season, but that's fine. We will auto utilize him. Let me go to scouting. I'm just gonna go ahead and assign everybody to players because we are within a month away from the draft and I want to have as many players scouted as I can. Alright, Fultonowicz loses. Travis DeMeritt, blister on finger, keep him active. Need to pick up another player here to scout. We'll just go through and do the top ones first. Hopefully we can get through all the 80 potentials. Alright, Dickey gets a nice win there. We'll auto-utilize the injury down in the minors. The Red Sox call up top prospect catcher, and the Twins call up Chris Heston. Alright, Aaron Blair gets a loss there. Well, Jason Mott gets a loss there. I'd say midway through this month we'll check the standings and the stats, league leaders and everything. Or we might wait until after the draft to do that. I'm not sure yet. Sean Newcomb gets a loss there. Keep making sure we go back to scouting. I think I'm looking to draft a catcher or an outfielder. And then later on in the rounds, probably pitchers. Daniel Winkler. Keep him active. We got a win there for Julio. Alright, so Mike gets a loss there. 1-4 with a 7 ERA. He's not doing too well this season. I'll do this right fielder here, and we'll do this right fielder here. See if RA can get another win. Nope, looked like he got hit a lot that game. Aaron Blair's having a decent season. Let's see if we can keep it going. Freddie Freeman, that's not good, but it only is a day or two, so we'll keep him active. Aaron Blair pitched a good game there, only giving up 1 run. We will scout that relief pitcher. Not really looking to draft a relief pitcher. It's not something I'm looking to get out of the draft. I can convert a bunch of these starters to relievers. We'll place Freddie on the bench there. We'll auto utilize the minor league. And then we'll go back into the lineup and make sure Freddie's in there. So we got Freddie playing here. First base against lefties. I'm getting a little bit of a lag here, but it'll be alright. Still, you got the little circle in the bottom right. Can't do anything about that. I don't know if the servers are messed up or what's happening. But there we go. Well, I got lost connection to the show online, but that doesn't really matter. I don't need that to play this. Alright, Freddie Freeman here, and then he plays third against righties. Alright, so Freddie Freeman's back in the order. While we're here, we'll go ahead and check and see how everybody's doing. Ender doing alright. Markakis has slowed down a lot because I'm pretty sure he's been like 290 the last time we checked. Freddie's still raking. Stats still growing. That's a good thing to see. Matt Kemp. I told you Matt Kemp would turn the season around a little bit. He's starting to do a lot better than he was. He was batting in the hundreds for a long time. Matt Adams, decent. Tyler Flowers, not really expecting much. Osby cooling off a little bit. He was batting 300 for a little bit. Danny Santana struggling still. Swanson, Suzuki has been a good surprise at catcher. And Adonis Garcia with 100 at bats, batting 300. Can't ask for more than that. Julio, see if he can get another win. Rio Ruiz, will keep him active. Julio does get another win. So Julio, by far, has been the best player on their team so far this season. He's 6-1 with a 2.39 ERA. I wish Mike would turn his season around, but it's not looking like that's going to happen anytime soon. Another minor league injury. They've been all over the place here. It's not too good. We'll scout that starter. How much time do we have left? We have about 2 weeks until the draft. We got R.A. Dickey start. Luke Jackson comes in and gets the win in relief. We might have to call up some players, do some swaps at the end of this month, send players up and down. Because 2 months into the season, you would think that people are going to set their pace for the rest of the season. You'd think that if they were cold, they would have turned it around, or if they were hot, they'd drop off a little bit. So if they're still cold after 2 months, stint in the minor leagues might help them. As we got another minor league injury here, we'll put him on the 10-day deal since he's actually hurt for a decent amount of time. I'm going to go in and do a quick manage game with Sean Newcomb because he's been struggling. I kind of want to turn his season around. See if we can get a quick manage win here with him. So Ender definitely needs to sit this one out. We'll bring in Adonis because he can play. And then catcher, we'll put in Kurt Suzuki. Danny Santana. He'll be alright. We'll skip that. Okay, let's go. Not a good start for Sean Newcomb. Already off to a bad start here. Bases loaded. Strikes him out. Bases loaded still. And gets out of the inning. So, after a rough start for Newcomb, he does get out of the inning. Adonis Garcia with a double there. 2 men on. Freddie. Matt Kemp. They already have a defensive substitution, so we can't get anything out of the inning. Sack bunt, 2, there we go, 3 outs retired. So Sean Newcomb couldn't help himself out there. I'm not sure how Polanco did not score that, and they do score. So middle of the third, we are down 1 run to nothing. Matt Kemp, see if we can get nope. And we can't get a run home, so unfortunately we have been getting runners on base, but we just can't get anything to happen. Nate Markakis here with the 2-out double, and Freddie Freeman takes the lead with a 2-run home run. So we will pitch to Josh Bell because he's left-handed. And when Newcomb makes it, yep, I was going to say when he makes a mistake, that will be the end of his day. We will bring in, let's bring in Chris Medlin. And the run goes to Newcomb, and he will not get the win today. My game is frozen again, so, okay, here we go. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I was clicking up here instead of on the pitch icon. But that run will go to Newcomb, so he will not get the win. But we do have a chance to come back and get the win with somebody else. I probably should have pinch hit there, but we'll give Newcomb another inning or 2. See if he can get out of this inning. He does. Good there from from Chris Medlin. Freddie Freeman can't do anything. Matt Kemp can't do anything. We will change pitchers here. We will bring in a righty. We'll bring in Cole Mincher. He's had a decent season so far. ERA is a little bit too high, but What can you do? It's the bottom of the ninth. You have a chance to walk it off here. Matt Adams gets on base. Kurt Suzuki moves him over. We're going to bunt here. Moves in. Danny Santana base hit scores. Cole Mentor, we will pinch hit here. Who do you think's got the best chance to get this walk-off hit? It's a right-handed pitcher. I'm going to say Ender Inciarte. Let's see if he can get it done. He does. Walk-off hit, Ender Inciarte, pinch hit, RBI, single to end the game. And Danny Santana has a cold. He'll be alright. We can keep him active. So what a game there from the Braves. Who is credited that win? Josh Colementor. Great outing there from all the pitchers. Only 2 runs earned. Can't ask for more than that. Double A looks like they need their roster or their rotation to be fixed. Or was it their lineups? Yeah, because Seymour got hurt, so they do need a new center fielder. We'll put in Kristen Pache for now. While we're down here, we'll go ahead and check it out, see what everybody's doing. No numbers really standing out to me too much. Pache is batting 290. We'll go ahead and check this. Acuna batting 313. That's what I'd like to see there. Any other numbers sticking out? Nobody doing too poorly. That can't really do much about that. He hadn't seen too many at bats. Pitching doing great. I like that. So they've turned their seasons around a little bit. If I do remember, some of them were struggling a little bit. AJ Minter, 23. Alright, and then we'll check the AAA. We got some pitchers down here doing good. Max Fried doing decent. And Reiner Cruz. Is Reiner Cruz starting? I'm not sure. I guess it's in for Joe De La Cruz. And then you got the relievers. Rex Brothers doing great. He is a lefty, so he could get caught up. And then we got Sam Freeman, another lefty who could get caught up. Let's get back into these simulations. I'm gonna auto-utilize him. Fulton Evans loses there. See, he's 1-5. I'm not gonna send him down because he's old enough. Or might be too old to get anything out of going back down. So we might just let him work through his struggles. Chris Medlin. Chris Medlin's have a great season so far. Aaron Blair. Looks like he got the loss there. Yeah. So this will be our last chance to scout anybody. We'll go through and... So we almost got through with the 80 potentials. There's a couple more actually there's a bunch more, so we didn't get anywhere near finished scouting all of them. But with the 5th pick that we have, we will definitely have a pick with somebody that is a high overall, high potential. So Newcomb gets the win there. That's a good outing for Newcomb. See, Newcomb's turning the season around a little bit with his last 2 starts. Julio again. Good. Julio, you are having a great season, man. 7-1 with a 2.18 ERA. It's a shame he's not on a better team. We might be seeing a lot of trade interest for Julio, though, having this type of season. Might be able to return some top prospects if we do decide to trade him. Another minor league injury. We'll just go ahead and let them handle that down there. I'll scout this guy for a day before the draft is. But we're going to go ahead and simulate these 2 games and auto-utilize Max Fried. We'll activate him. And we are in the draft. So let's go to the draft. 5th overall pick. Let's see who's here for us. Well, we don't want to draft him. Let's go off of these blue chip prospects. There's a good pitcher there, 80-65. He's an 80-65 closer, not looking to do that with the 1st pick. I would like to get a catcher, so we might have to go by the positions in a minute. That's what we're gonna have to do. So catchers, there is a 80-50 catcher, but he is a 50 overall. He's only 19 years old, so that might be a decent place to look. And then it's a couple 70s here. Let's see if there's any couple 75s. Alright. First baseman, we are good there. Second baseman, we're good. Shortstop, we're good. Third baseman, we could actually do with the third baseman. Here's a 80-55 who's 18 years old. That might be somebody to look at. Gonna have great contact, is what it looks like. Good discipline, decent vision, decent power. So we might have to look in. So far, he's probably the top player that we're looking at. Let's look at this guy's stats. See, he's a catcher. He's not supposed to have good stats, but good hitting stats, that is. But we will go, and then outfield is another place where we really need to find some talent. This guy looks like he's going to be really good, but we don't have any kind of scouting on him, so we're not sure. Oh, look at the contact and power, but I'm not too sure. Charlie Geiger, don't know if I want to actually pull the trigger on him based on the fact that we don't know. Eli Hernandez is the only center fielder out there, but we're good at center, so we need power in our outfield. Here's that 80-80 Dave Louise. Look at that power. So Dave Louise. Okay, so Dave Louise, Charlie Geiger, and then that third baseman. I'm sure there's plenty of pitchers that are good. There's a 60, 65, another 65, but we don't need any pitching. We have so many minor league pitchers that are great prospects. I think we're going to go with Mike McConnell just for the safe bet here. Let's see if Giger or Louise gets drafted here. I do not think either one of them did, so we will go try to pick up one of them. There's Dave Louise right there, and Giger is right here. So we're going to go ahead and take Giger, and we'll check and see if Louise gets drafted. I do not believe he did, so it looks like we're going to get all three of the players that we were initially looking at to pick, which is pretty cool. So we're going to go see if there's any more. This is the only guy we have fully scouted now. So we're just going to have to take some shots in the dark at some of these 80 potentials. That guy's at 80-75. There's an 80-80 up at the top, so I think we're going to go ahead and take him real quick. Starting pitcher. Now, I'm not expecting all these to actually pan out the way that they're supposed to, but if we can get a couple steals at the bottom of this draft, that's all I can ask for, really. Here's a reliever that's at 80-75. Here's an 80-60 on a outfielder. Let's look at the ages. He's 22 already. This guy right here is 18, 80-65 starting pitcher. Shortstop here, 19, who's at 80-65. We might go ahead and pick up that shortstop because shortstops always have good trade value, so that's what we will do. Into the 6th round here. Only 3 more 80 potentials left, and they're all 3 relievers. We're going to take the one with the highest overall and just see what happens. He was 22 years old, so sort of an older prospect. And then we'll go ahead and take this last 80 potential player to finish up our draft here. Alright, the draft comes to an end. We're going to exit the draft. And before we go check and see who we drafted, we're going to go through this rundown here and check how our players are doing. We'll leave the suspense for a little bit later. So Ender, Nick Markakis doing alright. Freddie still raking. Matt Kemp, Matt Adams, Tyler Flower. I mean, there's a bunch of here. Dansby's going to have to turn his season around, or he will go down. I'm probably going to give Dansby one more month, and if he's not at least 220 like Ozzy is, then I'm going to have to send him down. There's really nothing else I can do there. Johan, see, they're all 220 except for Dansby, only 194. So that will happen at the end of this. Ronald Acuna's looking like he wants to come up the way he's been playing. Already a 69 overall, growing well, batting 311. So let's look for a Dansby replacement. Jace Peterson looks like he would be the one. Rio Reeves also has an opportunity to come up, but it looks like he's struggling a little bit. So it looks like Jace Peterson will be the one that replaces Dansby if he does not turn his season around. Christian Pache filling up Seymour's spot, and it looks like he's going to keep the starting spot because he's batting 311. 291 or 292, Travis Demeritte. Demeritte could see the MLB if we do send Dansby down. That could be another option if we could skip past AAA with Demeritte and then put him straight in the MLB. But that's less likely than it would be to just call up Jace Peterson, who has MLB experience, and we can go check that. He has played 2 full seasons and a little short stint with the Padres there. Decent stats, batted 250, on base percentage, a whole lot better than his batting average. But and then we'll go through the pitchers real quick. Fulton Edwards, I'm sure he'll turn the season around. I'm not really worried about him, as he's already 25 years old. He's shown decent stuff in the MLB before. 4 ERA there. R.A. Dickey, he's struggling a lot. He is getting up there in age, so really can't expect much from him. And then our 2 youngsters down here, they're showing growth, which isn't a bad thing, and they're having decent seasons, so we're not going to worry about them at this point in time. Jason Mott is struggling really bad, 7 ERA. I think I'm going to go ahead and make a move with him right now. I'm not even going to wait anymore. Cole Mincher, he can stay for a little bit. And Jim Johnson struggling, but I mean, let's see how many blown saves he has now. He's got 10 saves and 5 blown saves. So he's pretty much blown half the amount of saves that he has. So we'll check down here and see who we can call up for Mott. Max Fried doing really good down there. Only 61 overall, so we're not going to call him up too soon. Same with Cruz. Lindgren, only 24, but ooh, he's dropping in stats. That's not a good thing. I think Rex Brothers is going to be the one that gets the call up. So we're going to go ahead and call up Rex Brothers and send down Jason Mott as our first call up send down of the season. So where's Mott at down here? We're going to send him to AAA, and they will just pretty much fill each other's spots in the MLB and in AAA. And then we'll go through. I'll just show you all these player stats. I'm not too interested in them right now at this point. And then we'll check and see what we drafted. Oh, we only have 1 stud, but we'll see. I'm sure there's other players in there that'll have a spot on the team. So we got a stud right here. Already 57 contact, decent power already. 59 overall, 18-year-old third baseman with a 94 potential. Great pick. I could see him fitting into our lineup in the next couple of years. We'll give him a couple seasons, at least till he's 20 or 21 before we get the call up. Already has decent vision and discipline and clutch as well, so that's I don't have to train. Fielding could be a lot better, but we could adapt him to first baseman or something. He is from Wisconsin, so if it wants to play close to home, that might be a problem. Charlie Giger, good pick there. 18 years old, decent speed, fielding not so good. Already has the contact to play in the majors. I'm sure a couple seasons he'll be up there trying to find a spot as a platoon player. Dave Louise, 5'7", but has tons of power. Another good pick there. Decent fielding, actually good fielding, good speed, good power. Contact could be a little bit better. Looks like we have a Jose Altuve type with short but power. Here's a pitcher we drafted. He's decent overall. Lefty, or yeah, he is a lefty, so that's good. Velocity's decent, so we're not too worried about that pick. Another decent pick here. So we had a bunch of decent picks. No late pick that really stands out. Look, we got a reliever here with 99 velocity. That's a good thing. 55 overall, 67 overall. So he'll probably be the first one to see the MLB. Or this guy right here, the 75 overall pitcher. So we'll go through and check a couple other teams' draft picks. That's a good pick right there. But he has a lot more growing to do than our player that we drafted, so we'll look and see if there's any late round studs like this guy. 45 overall, A potential. Not too interested in that. Take a long time to grow him. I'm gonna go ahead and rate our I'll probably rate our draft a B. Not too many great players, but we did get what we needed. Here's another late overall draft pick with a decent potential. Another one here. Dave Francisco. That looks like a good pick. 18 years old, B potential. Already a 64 with average stats everywhere. That looks like a great pick there for the Padres. Edgar Mendez, 53 overall, B potential, 80, almost a potential, drafted in the 6th round. That's a good pick there. Haven't seen any 99 potentials that have caught my eye so far. Looks like the Blue Jays had a decent draft there. That draft is terrible. The Indians, poor draft. Same thing with the Tigers. Looks like they could have done a lot better. Steve Santiago looks like he'll be in the majors pretty soon. 48 overall, doesn't look like a good pick there. But look at this draft that they had. These potentials are impeccable. Great scouting there for the Twins. 290s for here for the A's. The A's might have won this draft. Look at that player right there. 55 overall, 19 years old. Contact is already there. They can train the power up. That looks like a great pick. $99 overall. Here he is, guys. 50 overall, though. 99 potential. That's what I was looking for. I'm not mad we missed out on him, though, because I like our guy right here, Miles McConnell. We'll see what he can do in the next couple of years. And before we end this episode, I am going to go ahead and look at the trade block, and we might make a trade depending on what's happening out there. Doug Fister. I'm still pretty interested in Brock Holt. Let's see what he's batting .265, which is not bad, but he does have the ability to play any position, and he has decent contact stats. Jaime Garcia. Not too interested in pitchers at this point. Maybe a replacement for R.A. Dickey. Middle infielder, which we do not need. Liam Hendricks. Can never have too many relievers. Mitch Haniger. I do remember looking at this guy, and I do think that we are going to go ahead and attempt to make a trade for Mitch Haniger. We are going to throw in Markakis for sure, and then we're going to see what they want. They want Fulton Edwards and Alex Jackson. See what they want with that. They want straight up Lucas Sims, which could be a possibility. Matt Kemp and Matt Adams. That might be the trade I do. But I would rather get rid of Markakis at this point. So we're going to try to make a trade around Markakis' work. We're going to give them Markakis. They're seeking left fielders. So what if we give them Markakis and Kemp? And then we would have to bring back another outfielder to play. If we give them Markakis and Kemp, they want Jace Peterson to finish the deal. I don't want to trade both of my outfielders in one trade, so I'm going to go with Markakis and then Adams. And then they want Tyler Flowers. I'd rather not give them a catcher here. We might throw in one of our prospect pitchers down here, Patrick Weigel. Do they want any of these players? Of course they want Gahora, but I don't want to give them Gahora. Soroka. Do we just go and give them... I think we're just going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead, keep all of our players, and go ahead and just give them a relief pitch. We're going to give them Lucas Sims, who is already 23. We have plenty of prospect pitchers, and he's kind of just outside looking in. I don't think he's going to see the majors anytime soon. He is a Georgia native, so it is kind of sad trading somebody who probably grew up watching the Braves play. So, and since he does have more trade value, we are going to be able to get another player off of the Mariners. So we'll go ahead and look and see what they have to offer. Jared Dyson. We could do Jared Dyson and then give them Markakis, I'm sure. Yeah, we could do that. Jared Dyson already 32 though, so we're not getting any younger if we make that trade. Could get Leonis Martin. Only played 6 games, but he's batting 105, so... Ben Gamel, I'd love to get Ben Gamel, but he's on the DL now. Broken ham, 1 to 2 months. Trade wouldn't work out anyway. Alright, well, it might actually, but there's no way to tell because of the injury. Segura's a great player, but not too sure we'd be able to get him. Kyle Seager, I'd love to get Kyle Seager. I bet, yeah, 270, 350 on base percentage. How many home runs does he have? It's already 17 home runs on the season. I'd love to get him on the squad somehow, but I don't think that's going to happen. Mike Zunino dropping in overall and in potential. Has only hit 3 home runs and is only batting 175, so I'm not going to do that. Decent prospect catcher here. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get Tyler Marlette, because I don't think Edwin Diaz is going to be a possibility. Oh, it is. Do we want to do that and bring in a closer for the future? I think we do. Because Edwin Diaz is a great upside closer. And our closer has been struggling so far this season. So we might be able to... Nope, we can't pull off the trade if we do that. But we're going to go ahead and attempt to make this trade. And they accept it. So we have made our first trade of the season. Matt Kemp and Lucas Sims sent to the Mariners for Mitch Haniger and Edwin Diaz. So we'll go ahead and fix our roster. Fix our lineups. We'll put in Haniger at left field every single day. Pretty much just fill in the void where Matt Kemp was at. He should be able to fill it pretty well. And then we will have to send down a pitcher or trade a pitcher. We'll have Edwin Diaz straight into the closing role, Jim Johnson into the relieving role, and we will send down Coleman. Probably be the one that we would look to send down, or we could trade Jim Johnson for somebody right now. Or we actually could move not Lucas Sims. We could move Luke Jackson into the starting role and get rid of one of these two. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and send down Josh Coleman, who has no minor league options used. And that will be the end of our episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We will get in and play a game in the next episode. But as of now, we are 11 games under 500. Just made a huge blockbuster trade, getting rid of one of our star players and a top prospect for Mitch Haniger and Edwin Diaz. So we'll have to see how those two players grow on the Braves in the future. And I will see y'all guys later.